Good morning, children. How are you all? Hope that you have understood the first part of the Bade Bhai Sahab. Now moving on to the second video. Now in the first video we saw that how the Bade Bhai Sahab was carrying our writer. So now in this video you will watch how he is again scolding and how he is nurturing and caring his younger brother, how what all things he is giving him, advising him, and how he is scolding. So let us move on to our the second session of the video.
हमेशा सर पर नंगी तलवार से लटकती मालूम होती, फिर भी मौत और विपत्ति के बीच भी आदमी मोह माया के बंधन में जकटा रहता है। मैं फटकार और घुटकियाँ खाकर भी खेल कूद और तिरस्कार न कर सकता था। Here the writer is explaining further that how his elder brother was standing in front of him. He was so scared of his elder brother. So here he says that हमेशा सर पर एक नंगी तलवार सी लटकते. Nangi talwar is a proverb that means seeing death in front of a person or us. So when we see a dreadful thing in front of us, we feel that we will just die now. For example, if lion is in front of us, or any burglar or anyone who is holding a knife and standing in front of us, and that time we think that सर पर नंगी तलवार लटक रहा था. So getting so very much of scaring, to get very much scared of something, that is the meaning of नंगी तलवार लटकना. हमेशा सर पर नंगी तलवार से लटकती मालूम होती. Whenever he see his brother, always felt very much scared and say that death is in front of him. फिर भी मौत और विपत्ति के बीच भी आदमी मोह और माया के बंधन में जकड़ता रहता है. Here he says that in between life and death there is a relation of the fantasy and our wishes and our lives. So he was scolded by his brother every time, and he used to say all rash words or harsh words. Everything was there by his elder brother, but still he loved him. He used to welcome him with loving words also. खेल कूद का तिरस्कार न कर सकता था. He was not able to leave the games. सालाना मीन्स वार्षिक, इम्तिहान मीन्स परीक्षा हुआ. भाई साहब फेल हो गए और मैं पास हो गया और दर्जे में प्रथम आया. सालाना इम्तिहान मीन्स our annual exam. So their annual exam result was out. भाई साहब फेल हो गए, his brother got failed in the exam. मैं पास हो गया, I passed in the exam. And दर्जे में प्रथम आया, I came first in the class. मेरे और उनके बीच केवल 2 साल का अंतर रह गया. Now the writer is saying that मेरे और उनके बीच केवल 2 साल का अंतर रह गया. The difference between the classes got reduced. He and his elder brother was having only 2 class difference. जी में आया, भाई साहब को आड़े हाथों लूं. आपकी वह और तपस्या कहाँ गई, मुझे देखिए मजे से खेलता भी रहा और दर्जे में अव्वल भी हूँ. Here भाई साहब को आड़े हाथों लूं. आड़े हाथों लूं is also a proverb that means to ask him in return or to take him charge. That is the meaning of आड़े हाथों लूं. आपकी और घोर तपस्या, not or घोर तपस्या means to work hard. It is not meaning that sadhu sants are doing tapasya, that is not the meaning. Here the meaning is to do hard work. कहाँ गई, मुझे देखिए दर्जे में मज़े से खेलता था भी रहा और दर्जे में अव्वल. दर्जा means class, अव्वल means first, भी हूँ. So here the writer is asking his elder brother, he is asking his brother that even though you worked so hard, जी में what is the result of it? So now he got a chance to scold his elder brother also. So he is in his mind, he was making a plan, or not making a plan, but he was thinking of asking his brother that you studied so hard. What was the use? What happened? Nothing happened. I was playing and I was doing all the fun. See, I came first in my class. What is the use of being hard working? So as his brother got failed in the class, so he wanted to ask him, but he was not having any guts. लेकिन वह इतने दुखी और उदास थे कि मुझे उनसे दिली हमदर्दी हुई और उनके घाव पर नमक छिड़कने का विचार ही लज्जास्पद जान पड़ा। हाँ, अब मुझे अपने ऊपर कुछ अभिमान हुआ और आत्मसम्मान भी बढ़ा। So now he wanted to ask his brother, as I told you that he was planning to ask his brother all the things, but when he saw that his brother was very much sad because he had failed in the exam, dukhi or udas the means he was very much sad and he was in depression कि मुझे उनसे दिली हमदर्दी हुई। दिली हमदर्दी means to get kindness towards his brother, or he was very much sad because his brother was also very sad. उनके घाव पर नमक छिड़कना, घाव पर नमक छिड़कना is also a proverb. घाव पर नमक छिड़कना means to a person who is very much sad. Here the brother was very much sad. So if a person is in a in sorrowfulness and is very sad, it is not right to go and say all harsh words, use harsh words against him. So that is not correct. So here that means namak chidagna, namak means salt. So that is not the meaning. Here ghav par namak chidagna means ghav means getting hurt. So as he is getting hurt, he got hurt by failing the exam. He was in a deep sorrow. So our writer didn't want to make his sorrow more. That is the meaning of it. Not to make the sorrow or depression more. Ghav par namak chidakna. So he did not want to increase his sadness by saying all that words. दुखी व्यक्ति को अधिक दुख करना means to make a sad person more sad. का विचार ही लज्जास्पद जान पड़ा. So to make a person very much sad, felt himself ashamed of. He felt himself ashamed of by making his brother more sorrow. So he didn't want to hurt him by saying all that words. हाँ, अब मुझे अपने ऊपर कुछ अभिमान हुआ और आत्मसम्मान भी हुआ. So now here the writer is saying that now he was feeling very proud. Abhiman means ghamand, ghamand means proud, and atmasamman means self-respect. He was feeling himself proud, and his self-respect was he built up his self-respect. भाई साहब का वह रौब मुझ पर ना रहा. आज़ादी से खेल कूद में शरीक होने लगा. दिल मजबूत था. अगर उन्होंने फिर मेरी फजीहत की तो साफ कह दूंगा, आपके अपना खून जलाकर कौन सा तीर मार लिया. So now the writer is explaining that how if his brother scolds him back, he was planning to say all sorts of things to him. So before he got failed in the exam, brother used to scold him very much using the harsh words, and was always being strict to him. So now he decides, our writer decides that if ever Bhai Sahab ka raub mujh par na raha. Now Bhai Sahab was not scolding him. So now he is thinking that if his brother is scolding him, he will say many other things now onwards. So रौब ना रहा means the same condition is not there. So now he got passed in the exams, his brother failed, so his proudness, he lost his proudness, and now our writer become proud. So because of this he wanted to question him back. So and our writer आज़ादी से खेल कूद में शरीक होने लगा. Independently he started playing the game. दिल मजबूत था. See, you can see the picture here how he was playing. दिल मजबूत था. दिल मजबूत था means his heart was strong, his mind was very strong. अगर उन्होंने फिर मेरी फजीहत की तो साफ कह दूंगा. So now he is saying that if his brother scolded him, he will say in return anything else. मैं तो खेलते कूदते दर्जे में अव्वल आ गया. He is saying that by playing and making fun, I stood first in the class. खेलते कूदते means by darja means class. अव्वल means pratham. हकेड़ी means घमंड means proud. साफ जाहिर स्पष्ट होता था कि भाई साहब का वह आतंक मुझ पर नहीं रहा. नाउ ही इज सेइंग दैट मैं खेलते कूदते दर्जे में अव्वल आ गया. बाय प्लेइंग एंड मेकिंग फन आई स्टूड फर्स्ट इन द क्लास. यह हकेड़ी जताने का साहस न होने पर भी मेरे रंग ढंग से साफ जाहिर होता था. सो नाउ by his tongue he was not able to say anything to his brother. So जबान से यह हकेड़ी मीन्स प्राउड, जताने का साहस न होने पर भी मेरे रंग ढंग मीन्स द बॉडी स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ द राइटर, एंड घमंड मीन्स प्राउड. बाय प्राउड एंड द बॉडी लैंग्वेज ऑफ आवर राइटर it was clear that he was going to say in return to his elder brother if ever he says anything. कि भाई साहब का वह आतंक मुझ पर नहीं था. सो आतंक मीन्स भाई मीन्स टू बी स्केयर. सो भाई साहब ने इसे भांप लिया. उनकी सजह बुद्धि बड़ी तीव्र थी और एक दिन जब मैं भोर का सारा समय गुल्ली डंडे की भेंट करने ठीक भोजन के समय लौटा तो भाई साहब ने मानो तलवार खींच ली और भाई साहब ने इसे भांप लिया मीन्स टू अंडरस्टैंड इट और टू नो इट. सो बाय ऑल द बॉडी लैंग्वेजेस आवर राइटर्स एल्डर ब्रदर understood that what is going on inside the younger brother's mind. So बाप लेना is also a proverb. उनकी सहज बुद्धि means the intelligence of his brother बड़ी तीव्र थी, was very strong and fast. और एक दिन जब मैं भोर का सारा समय गुल्ली डंडे की भेंट करके ठीक भोजन के समय लौटा. गुल्ली डंडा is a North Indian game which is played by a stick and a small baby stick. Baby stick means while hitting on one side of two sides will be pointed and the player will be hitting in one side and it will be lifting up and he will lift it up and he will throw it in a position so that he will get the point. So that is the meaning of gulli danda. It is played by a stick. It is a North Indian game. So now here the writer was outside the whole time, that is the morning time, from early morning to the breakfast time he was outside playing there, and when he came for the food he was very much in temper. तो भाई साहब ने मानो तलवार खींच ली. तलवार खींच लेना means it is also a proverb. तलवार खींचना means to be very much anger, get ready to scold someone. So that is the तलवार खींच ली, not the other meaning. Here तलवार खींच लेना means to become very furious or to become very much anger. This is also a proverb. मानो तलवार खींच ली and or Now there is a pause, and what happens here? Now let us see what is happening here. मुझ पर टूट पड़े, देखता हूँ इस साल पास हो गए और दर्जे में अव्वल आ गया, तो तुम्हें दिमाग हो गया, मगर भाईजान घमंड तो बड़े बड़े का नहीं, तुम्हारी क्या हस्ती है. So here now the writer says that what his elder brother is going to tell him, or he raised his temper, his anger was very much, out of his temper he is scolding his younger brother. Now what all things he is saying, let us see. मुझ पर टूट पड़े, देखता हूँ इस साल पास हो गए और दर्जे में अव्वल आ गए. Now he is saying that I am seeing that you passed in this exam and you think that you are a great person. तो तुम्हें दिमाग हो गया and you become very intelligent. You think that you become very intelligent by passing in one class. By making fun. This is not a big game. मगर भाईजान घमंड तो बड़े बड़ों का नहीं रहा, तुम्हारी क्या हस्ती. Now he is trying to explain him, his younger brother, that घमंड means to be proud. To be proud is not good for anyone. So here he says that to getting you pass in one exam, that doesn't mean that you have become very intelligent, you have got everything, but still there is some things that you should not do it. So घमंड, that is the proud. To be proud is not good. And अस्तित्व नहीं रहा. Now in this passage, in this lines, he is explaining how by giving some examples that the person people who were very much proud of and what happened to them. Now he is giving here example of Ravan. Ravan was the proudest of all and the mightiest of all, and now he is giving one example what happened to that proudful Ravan. इतिहास में रावण का हल तो पड़ा ही होगा, उसके चरित्र में तुमने कौन सा संदेश लिया या यों ही पढ़ लिया. महज इम्तिहान पास कर लेना कोई चीज़ नहीं, असल चीज़ है बुद्धि का विकास. जो कुछ पढ़ो उसका अभिप्राय समझो. Now by giving the example of Ravan, he is saying that इतिहास में रावण का हल तो पड़ा ही होगा. You might have learned about or studied about Ravan in the history. उसके चरित्र में तुमने कौन सा संदेश लिया. चरित्र means by his life. उसके चरित्र से तुमने कौन सा संदेश लिया. What lesson did you get from his life. या यों ही पढ़ लिया, or else you just simply read it. महज इम्तिहान पास कर लेना कोई चीज़ नहीं, असल चीज है बुद्धि का विकास. Only passing in an exam is not a big thing, but what is important, बुद्धि is very important. बुद्धि means intelligence is very important. जो कुछ पढ़ो उसका अभिप्राय समझो. Now he is saying that whatever you are learning, you understand it and you go through it, then only it is valuable. रावण भूमंडल का स्वामी था. ऐसे राजाओं को चक्रवर्ती कहते हैं. आजकल अंग्रेजों के राज्यों का विस्तार बहुत बड़ा हुआ है, पर इन्हें चक्रवर्ती नहीं कह सकते. संसार में अनेक राष्ट्र अंग्रेजों का आधिपत्य स्वीकार नहीं करते, बिल्कुल स्वाधीन है. रावण भूमंडल का स्वामी था. भूमंडल मीन्स पूरा धरती. पूरा धरती मीन्स ऑल यूनिवर्स. रावण वॉज द lord of the whole universe, and these people are known as Chakravarti. Here Chakravarti means emperor. Ravan was the king of the world. In the history we learn that Ravan was a great warrior and he conquered the world and became the emperor of the whole world. So now he is saying that what happened to Ravan. आजकल अंग्रेजों के राज्यों का विस्तार बहुत बड़ा हुआ है और इन्हें चक्रवर्ती नहीं कहते. So Ravan was known as Chakravarti, but now this story happened during the time of the English people. When the British people were ruling India, that time this incident happened. So our writer is pointing out that his brother is saying that आजकल अंग्रेजों का राज्य का विस्तार बहुत बड़ा हुआ है. Nowadays the Britishers are ruling all over, but they are not called the Chakravartis or the emperors. उनके राष्ट्र अंग्रेजों का आधिपत्य स्वीकार नहीं करते. Many countries are there. Those they don't accept the slavery of the British people. बिल्कुल स्वाधीन है. All are very much independent. So रावण चक्रवर्ती राजा था. संसार के सभी महीप मीन्स किंग उसे कुछ कर देते थे. बड़े बड़े देवता उनकी गुलामी करते थे. आग और पानी के देवता भी उनके दास थे, मगर उनका अंत क्या हुआ. So now our writer is saying that what his brother want to say. So Ravan was the Chakravarti Raja tha. Chakravarti means emperor. So Ravan was the emperor and he was a great king. And संसार के सभी महीप means king उसे कर देते थे. कर means the loan or not loan, tax. बड़े बड़े देवता उनकी गुलामी करते थे. आग और पानी के देवता भी उनका दास थे, मगर उनका अंत क्या हुआ. Here writer says that his brother is asking him, बड़े बड़े देवता उनकी गुलामी करते थे. Ravan was a big emperor and all other kings were giving tax to him, and all other of them was slave to him. Even आग and पानी. आग means fire and pani means water. The goddess of water and fire, they were also the slave of our Ravan. मगर उनका अंत क्या हुआ? What happened to this Ravan? He also perished.